Hi, my name is Tina Potner, and I am a fourth-year biological anthropology student.
My name is Anthony. I'm a fourth year.
Hi, I'm Samri. I am a senior art history and religious studies major.
Hi, I'm Ross Zellen. I'm a third-year poli-sci major.
My name is Candy Rosales, and I'm a third-year communications major.
Hi, my name's Andy.
I'm Eduardo Cervantes. I'm a third year at UCSB anthropology major.
Demery Gary.
Yeah, my name is Oscar Shane Pearson. I'm a third year double major in common film.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Keaton.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm a history major.
I am pro-life.
I used to kind of identify as pro-life, but since coming to college, I'm definitely pro-choice.
Okay, my name's Jessica. I felt like I was pro-life before I started having sex, but once I became sexually active and that decision was something that became more of a reality, I switched to being pro-choice because I think that once you're put in that situation, you would maybe make a different decision than you previously thought.
People should have a choice in what they do with their own body. And also, I feel like a big part of this is the whole, like, when the actual fetus or whatever, the zygote is alive. And I feel like that's up to a lot of people, and like a perspective can be very different from whoever it is. And I don't know, like to me, like I feel like, I don't know, it's harsh to say like it's not alive, but I would say it isn't alive, yeah.
I think it's your body, your choice.
I'd say that I'm pro-choice. I think that all women have a right to choose what happens with their bodies. And if you decide that you're not capable of having, like, or raising a child and you just don't think you can do it, then that's their choice to make, I would think.
Definitely feel that pro-choice is the way to go.
Being pro-choice can also mean being pro-life.
Whether I'm pro-life or pro-choice, well, obviously I'm pro-life.
I'm pro-choice. I believe that where we are as a society, I think it needs to be that every woman has a right to be able to choose.
I think, you know, the general religious right-wing stance of like, oh, the embryo is sacred. I don't think that's a valid argument.
And I realized that if I were actually in a situation where I would have to make the choice of whether to keep a baby, I would rather wait until I was prepared.
I believe that a human being is created at the time of conception, and killing a baby inside of a mother is like killing a human being, and that's just because of my personal religious beliefs and what I read in the Bible and what I get from that.
I think everyone has their own opinions. I mean, in the end of the day, it's their choice if they want to go with the baby or not.
It's really important that, like, people look at all sides. I think it's, you know, the sanctity of life is very important, and it's not something to be like played around with, but it's not something that should be legally bound. Essentially, it's something that we need to be focusing our government on other things that are not, you know, manipulating women's bodies. Essentially.
Well, one, it's a woman's body. She should be able to do really whatever she wants with it. Yeah, it's a developing fetus and it does have a heartbeat. However, like in the first trimester, like especially if they're raped, they should absolutely be able to have a choice for whether to abort the fetus.
Like my cousins, they've all chosen to have their baby, but the fact of the matter is they made the choice to have it. I didn't personally do it, but I feel like everyone has their own reasonings for being pro-choice. I'm not going to go shove my beliefs down a person's throat, but, you know, if they do ask me questions why I believe it, like this, I'll tell them. And if that changes their view of it, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine.
I don't think a zygote is like conscious. I think you need a brain to be conscious.
My way is not necessarily better, but just it makes more sense to me. So I respect your choices.
I just think that that's really a decision that should be reserved to the woman herself, and that there shouldn't be any external factors or forces, for that matter, that have any involvement in that.
I just think that it is the women's right to make that choice.
I think that every person, even if they didn't have a choice in being born, I think that they should have the opportunity to live their lives.
There's nothing wrong with being pro-life, but I think there are some fanatics that can be very opinioned about that issue, especially when it comes to religion.
because I'm pro-choice, or anybody who is pro-choice chooses to think that way, you can't really tell them that they can't be pro-life. Like, they have religious reasons and whatever moral reasons for thinking that way. I believe that abortion should still, like, in a sense, still be legal, because there's a lot of reasons why people abort, medical reasons, instances like rape. But at the same time, like, if you're just doing it because you had sex with your boyfriend and you just don't want to have a baby yet, I feel differently about that than I do about instances like rape or medical reasons.
It's really up to the woman's choice, and I'm definitely not the person to say what a woman can or cannot do.
I think people who are pro-life are entitled to their own opinions, and it's not really my place to judge people or decide whether or not their opinion's right or not.
People can have whatever opinions they want, and I think that it's really important to respect what other people choose to believe. But I think it's also important that those people give that same respect back to you.
So for rape cases, this is very controversial. I would say let the child be born, give it up for adoption right away. I mean, a lot of people might not agree with that. That's just my belief on the topic.
I definitely feel like they're entitled to think whatever they want to think, but at the end of the day, they can't tell me what to do with my body.
They're usually religious, and like it's kind of illogical. Their arguments are a little bit illogical.
I can just let them know what my concerns are, but I can't force my beliefs on anybody.
I'm a Reformed Jew, but there are people who are more leaning towards conservative, and Orthodox Jews tend to be more pro-life. And I get along completely fine with them. We have similar beliefs. It's just we have different interpretations.
Oh, well, the second a sperm hits an egg, it's alive. Well, what about the sperm? Can you argue that that's alive? I mean, maybe haploid, may not be a diploid organism or whatever, but still alive, And then, if you're going to argue people are murderers for killing an embryo, I mean, are you going to argue someone's a cannibal if they give me head?
For me, a person, even though they get pregnant or whatever, and it wasn't their intention, they were still, having sex, and they know the consequences. So I don't think that child should be killed.
But at the end of the day, I think the final choice about whether or not it goes down it should be reserved to the woman herself.